guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have my precious little baby boy Elias with me. Today I'm going to be filming my labor and delivery story because let me tell you, this dude right here has like a crazy story as to how he was born. Yeah. So anyways, I decided that I would film that today, so that should be really exciting. If y'all want to know like how much pain I was in and like what I went through while I was in labor, then continue watching and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, right? Yeah, they want to do that, right? He thinks you should do that, right? Anyway, so continue watching if you would like, and let's jump on in to my story time. Okay, so my labor and delivery story, it all started on August 11th, and I was having contractions. I was feeling it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so about to have him, like it's time. And so I called up my mom and I was like, Mom, I think I'm in labor, like I'm having contractions, they hurt. And she's like, okay, I'm on my way. Like she like rushed to my house and we were here. And let me tell you, like I was walking around the house, I was making the bed, making the house look good so that whenever this little dude came home, it would be all nice and neat for him. Everything was perfect. And my mom pulls up, right? And I'm in the room, I'm making the bed. She goes, oh, mija, you are not in labor. You're making the bed, you're walking around, like there's no way. And I was like, no, like it's gonna hit, like watch, I'm gonna get a contraction and it's gonna hit and I'm gonna be in pain. And that was not even pain, let me tell you, like not pain at all. So anyways, we decided to go ahead and head to the hospital because I'm like thinking like he's gonna come, you know, and the hospital is 30 minutes away, 30 to 40 minutes away from where I live, because I live in a different town from where the hospital is at. Like it's really close, but like it's a different town completely, and I wanted to have him at that hospital. So here we are in our hometown, and we decided to go. So we're driving over there. I'm having a little bit of contractions, nothing much. We get to the hospital and we sign in, and they have you go into like this like little waiting room area where they like check you. They put on the little, I put him down. Let's see how long that's gonna last until he starts crying. So let's see how far we can get. Anyways, where was I? So we go into the hospital, right? We're in the waiting room. I think I'm there for maybe like 2 to 3 hours maybe, and they like give me some juice to see if like anything will help. And so they check me. I'm only at 1 centimeter dilated, and so I was like at that for like the longest time, right? So they're like, we're just gonna go ahead and send you home. It's just false labor, nothing to worry about. You probably have another week. And this was on August 11th. My due date was August 16th. So yeah, like it would take another week, right, that he would come. And so I was like, okay, so we head home, like everything was fine. We went to go get something to eat, good. But anytime that I drank anything, like it hurt me so bad. Like my contractions got so worse anytime that I drank anything. So like I didn't want to drink, so, well, not like drink, you know, not like turn up drink, but like, you know, like water, apple juice, that type of stuff that you want to drink whenever you're in labor. Anyway, so we do that and we head on home. Everything's fine. Well, I was like, well, he's not gonna come for another week. I was like, so let's just take our time, not worry about anything. I decided like, let's go on a walk. Like, let's go on a walk. Let's see if like we can get something to let him come. Even though I did want him to come on August 16th, I just like felt like it was time. So we ended up going for a walk. Everything was fine. I was having contractions during the walk, and we ended up coming home. Everything's fine. Around 11 o'clock, I started getting contractions bad, like they were so bad. Like I was literally bending over on the sofa, crying my eyes out, and it was just, I was in so much pain. So like I let it pass. I'm like, no, there's no way that he's coming, because they told me a week. And keep in mind, like whenever somebody tells me it's gonna be a week, or you need to wait this long. I'm gonna wait that long, right? Because that's what they told me. Like, they're doctors or nurses, they know what they're talking about, right? Whew, was they wrong, let me tell you. So anyways, it gets about like 2 o'clock and I'm still in pain, like major pain. And his dad is up with me at this time, and he like sees I'm in pain. He's like, let's just go to the hospital. Let's just go, come on. Like, we have everything packed. And here I am like, no, they said a week. Like, let me just call them and see what they say. So I call the nurses and they're like, well, just drink some Powerade and try to lay down and see how that goes. And I was like, all right, bet, cool, like, let's do that. So I ended up drinking a Powerade, right? And I drank the Powerade and I laid down like they told me to, but I kid you not, I could not lay down for more than like 2 minutes because I was in so much pain. And I couldn't sit down, I couldn't walk, I couldn't like nothing. And like, I was literally like, if I could demonstrate, I was literally like bent like all the way over on my couch. And at this point, Model decides to go lay down and go to sleep. And whenever this dude falls asleep, he's like asleep. Like, nobody can wake him up, like nothing at all. Okay, so to continue on with what I was saying, Model went to bed. He was asleep. I went to go lay down with him, but I literally couldn't lay down because like my side, like all of my stomach was killing me, so I couldn't lay down. I got back up, came to the living room. I was like on one couch, jumping to another couch, bending over, yelling, like I mean yelling into the pillow, like in so much pain. Like I couldn't deal, like I was in so much pain. Like I was like, is this how labor is? Like, is this how it's supposed to be? I didn't know, like, obviously because he's my first baby, and I didn't know if like that's how it was supposed to be. Like, I was like, the only way that I can describe how I was just like sharp pain just shooting at me like constantly. I was in so much pain that like the only thing that was helping me is if I was bending over on my sofa and like screaming into my pillow, like letting out so much pain, like just screaming. And like Model is asleep and I'm like literally screaming like so loud that he is not even waking up because that's how much of a deep sleeper he is. And so I feel like I have to use the restroom. Like, this might be TMI, but I feel like I have to use the restroom so much. So I keep going to the restroom and trying to use the restroom, but nothing was happening, right? Like nothing. And so like I'll get up and go back to the living room or to like his room, the room that we're in right now, and I would like just be walking back and forth. But then it got to the point like I couldn't even walk like at all. And I decide, like, here I am like in the living room, and I decide to bend over again and scream into the pillow. And I was doing that for maybe like 15 minutes, and it felt good. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like it relieved some of my pain. And I think just because of the position that I was in, it helped me a lot. And I feel like I have to use the restroom again, so I go to the restroom and I'm like pushing and pushing and nothing's coming out. But at this point I try to get up and I'm like bawling my eyes. I'm like just crying and crying because I'm in so much pain that it hurts me so much to even move at this point. So I am screaming, babe, 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 and like his name, and like I'm grabbing drawers and I'm like slamming them against each other, and this dude is knocked out, like snoring. He's like completely knocked out, and I cannot even get up. And like at this point I'm thinking, I'm gonna have my son in the restroom. Like, there's no way like I can get out. Like, I'm gonna have him by myself. Like, this dude's asleep. Like, how am I gonna do this? And like I just like felt in me like I cannot have him here. Like, I cannot. Like, I need to get to the hospital and I need to wake up Model. And I am bawling, screaming for him. Like, that goes by another 15 minutes. So it's already been like 30 minutes. And at this point it's probably like, okay, I started getting pains at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and from 2 o'clock all the way up until I say like 8ish is whenever I decided like I needed to go to the hospital. And so finally I decided like I can't do this. I like forced myself to get up off of the toilet and like walk to our room. And I wake up Motto. I'm like, babe, babe. And he like wakes up like in a panic. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And like he like grabs me. He's like, come on, let's go to the hospital. Like I haven't even said nothing to him. And he like gets everything and like we just go out. Like we just go to the car and he takes me. We just grab the bags and we leave. And the house is a mess at this point because I was using all the pillows. I was throwing the pillows. Like the living room is just a disaster at this point. And we head to my mom's and I'm in so much pain that I'm like holding on to the, you know, the little handle that's on top of the door on the side. And I was holding on to that, screaming in so much pain. And we finally get to my mom's and she's asleep. She's not answering any of her phone calls, nothing. I'm like, honk, honk, honk. And she hates whenever you honk, right? And so she's honking. She like finally comes, like she gets into the car. And I'm like, let's go. Like, and reminder, hospital's 30 minutes away. And we're finally going, right? And we're like about to get onto the main highway to leave. And I'm like, my glasses. I was like, I don't have my glasses. In pain still, screaming. And I was like, you need to turn around and go get my glasses. Like, I can't have him. And I won't be able to see him. I won't be able to see his face, like nothing, because I don't have my glasses because I'm blind. And so he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes. I was like, go to the house and get my glasses. So he was driving to the house and he was about like 2 minutes out from the house. I was like, no. I was like, turn around. I was like, I cannot. I was like, you just need to turn around. I was like, we need to go to the hospital. I was like, if I can't see him, then I can't see him. And so I have him turn around because I'm in so much pain and the hospital is 30 minutes away. So he turns around and he goes, right? And he's just driving. And my mom's like, turn on your hazard lights, mijo, and drive in the middle lane. And so he was like speeding all the way to the hospital. And my mom was like there with him. So I get into town and we are like, I'd say maybe like 3 blocks away from the hospital, like nothing far, like we're almost there. And then all of a sudden we just see this car like pass us and they're like, pull over. And it's like these undercover cops. And I was like, do not pull over. I was like, you cannot pull over. Like I'm in so much pain. Like I'm screaming, holding on to the side, pushing myself up because I can't sit because like I couldn't even lay down. So like now I can't even sit, right? So they pulled us over and this is the funny part. So they pull us over and they come over. They thought I was being kidnapped. Literally the police officers thought I was being kidnapped because I was holding on, pulling myself up like as if I was trying to escape from the car. And here is Model driving the car and my mom in the back seat with the hat on. So they think she's a boy. And they thought that I was being kidnapped. I was like, no, I'm in labor. Like, I have to go to the hospital. I'm in so much pain. And so, like, they see I'm in labor, and they're like, you're going to be okay. Like, breathe in and out slowly. Like, everything's fine. And I'm like, no, like, I feel like I have to use the restroom. Like, I feel like that's might be TMI. And she's like, no. But then, okay, sorry, I have to go get him some little snack so he would be content. Okay, so anyways, we are pulled over at this point and they're like, we can't escort you, we're gonna have to call an ambulance. And I'm like, please don't. I need to go. Like, I'm in so much pain, I'm crying still. And so we wait for the ambulance and that takes about like 15 minutes for the ambulance to come. Finally the ambulance come and I get onto the ambulance truck. Model goes with me. My mom takes the car to the hospital and I'm sorry, I'm distracted. And so we're in the ambulance and they prick me like 4 times to get an IV in because the dude can't get it, right? And so we're there and that takes like another 15 minutes for them to do. So like in total we're like with the ambulance people like waiting for them and then on it for like 30 minutes. So they ask me what hospital I want to go to. I tell them. We go to that hospital and we're there. We finally get there. Oh, and by the way, the paramedic, she was just like, oh, she's like, I don't even think you're dilated, or I don't even think like you're fine. And I was like, so like I'm not even like a 5 or like nothing. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna need an epidural. And I kept telling them like, I have to use the restroom. Like I have to use the restroom. I feel like I have to poop. Like I literally felt like I have to poop. So if you feel like you have to poop, you're probably in labor and you're probably ready to deliver that baby. A little FYI. No, I did that. Here. And so finally, she told me that, right? So we're finally at the hospital. They take me out and we are waiting at the elevator because the elevator decides not to work. So we're waiting for the elevator for maybe like 5-7 minutes. So there we are waiting for the elevator. Nothing. So they take me to another elevator and here I am having contractions still, in pain, very much pain. And so they take me to an elevator. They go to the wrong floor. Like, how do y'all not know what floor labor and delivery is on? They take me to the wrong floor. And I'm like about to have a baby and y'all don't even know what floor labor and delivery is on? So they take me back up the elevator and we go to the right floor. And so there we are. And then, so that's already been like, probably like 40 minutes, right? 40 minutes that we were there in town waiting for everything. Plus 30-minute drive to town. So that's like already like an hour and like 20 minutes by the time I get to the hospital. So from 2 o'clock until like 9-ish. And so there we are at the hospital and they take me to the place where that I was at the day before, where they like want to check you and everything. But I'm like, I can't move. Like, I can't get up. They wanted me to get up and pee, and then they wanted me to wait in that room and put the whole little thing. But thankfully my nurse, she was so good to me. Shout out to that nurse. I don't remember your name, but shout out to you. She's like, let's just take her to your room. They take me to a room that has nothing set up for labor, nothing set up to deliver a baby, like at all, like nothing. So there I am in pain, screaming. The nurse is like, breathe in and out, be calm. And I'm like, I can't be calm, like I'm freaking out. So 15 minutes pass by. They set up everything. My doctor comes in and like, I'm like, why did they take me to a room that's not set up for anything, right? So the nurse checks me and she's just like, oh yeah, you ready to deliver? And I'm literally like, once we get into the room, I'm like, I need an epidural. Like, I can't do this. Like, I'm in so much pain. But let me remind you, I never wanted an epidural. Like, I didn't want one. Like, I was like wanting to do everything naturally as possible. But whenever the ambulance lady told me that I wasn't even dilated or anything, I was just like, oh no, like I'm for sure gonna need an epidural. Like, I cannot do this like without one. And so the nurse at the hospital checks me, and granted, she is a nurse to deliver babies, right? And she checks me and she's like, you're 12 centimeter dilated. 12? I'm what? I'm 12 and I'm only supposed to be a 10 to deliver a baby? I was at a 12, guys. And so I'm 2 centimeters past what I'm supposed to be. And my doctor comes in and he's like, okay, let's have this baby, right? I'm here pushing, in pain, doing everything that I can. I had him within like 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes. I think I did like maybe like, I think Model told me like 3 pushes. I did 3 pushes, had him within 5 minutes. And here's this beautiful little baby that I had. But whenever he comes into the lovely world of America, of, you know, I can't see him. I'm blind. I could not see his face, guys. Like, I was literally like, can I see him? I couldn't see his face, and they're like, what's his name? They're like, look at this board. They wrote his birth date, his time, his link. I was like, I can't see that. What time was he born at? And then they told me, but I don't know. I think it's pretty funny, the fact that we live 30 minutes away. We got pulled over. We had to wait for an ambulance. The ambulance people didn't know what floor labor and delivery was on. They took me to a room that wasn't set up for a delivery. Like, and then plus I couldn't even see my baby because I didn't have my glasses. So, I mean, if y'all know somebody that has a crazier labor and delivery story, then let me know, because I mean, I would love to know who has a crazier story, because to me, Like now, I like look back at it and I'm like, that was literally so funny. Like, how does that even happen, you know? But I just think it's something that's like definitely worth the memories and like looking back on, so that way I can tell him whenever he's older that they literally told me that if I would have kept pushing and pushing, like I would have had him in my restroom. And thankfully I didn't. Thankfully I got the guts and got up and got model and we left. But I'm going to go lay down. Because he's getting a little chunky and none of his shirts fit him anymore, so.
No, because of that, you fucking
Okay, so yeah, that was my labor and delivery story. It's pretty insane, pretty crazy. At least I think so. If y'all heard a crazier story, then like let me know. I would love to hear one that's insane like mine. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all have a great day. Stay washing your hands constantly, you know, because of the virus going around. But yeah, I had a great time filming this. It was like a great way to relive my memories whenever I was pregnant and having my son. If y'all have any video suggestions, let me know. I need to stop saying right. So yeah, until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye guys.